Lagos State spent 1.5 billion on West African Senior School Certificate Examination fee for 56,134 students. Mass failure rocks Lagos Public School as 26,592 students fails WAEC. Oyo State bans mobile phones in schools to boost discipline and academic excellence. Over 41,000 under 16 candidates sit for the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. President Tinubu approves 110 billion for 18 universities to boost medical education. NUC licenses 11 new private universities. Nigerian student sues President Trump for revoking visa. Welcome to Trending Educational News on Here TV, week 18th of our Educational News Bulletin. My name is Florence Emmanuel. I'll be your host for today. With me in the studio, I have Abifab to discuss further about the educational headlines right after the break. Stay tuned.
Abifab College of Innovation and Content Creation offers 6 months and 12 months training into content creating, internet radio, sound engineering and music production, film and video editing, and OAP and cinematography. For more detail chat 0802312959.
Welcome back. It's Trending Educational News on Here TV Africa. Like I said earlier, I have Abifab here with me in the studio to discuss further the headlines as earlier. Abifab, good morning and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for showing up regularly.
Thank you.
So, the first one I have here says Lagos State spent 1.5 billion on West African Senior School Certificate Examination, the WAEC fee, for 56,134 students. You know, this was announced by the commissioner, the basic and secondary school educational minister.
Commissioner.
Yes, commissioner. Thank you. So he explains, or should I say, he informed the general public about the help the government
Lagos State
is
government is rendering
rendering,
to
yes,
parents, yeah.
for parents concerning the WAEC fee. And before we go further,
Okay.
I have someone I'm going to,
Okay.
but I will not go there now.
You
But
better go there.
no, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Today's headline leads from one to the another.
Okay. Yeah.
So this one says that, how do you think this initiative would impact the academic performance? I would not love to ask this question first,
Okay.
but I'm asking it now.
Well, the Lagos State government, as rightly said by you and the Honorable Commissioner for Secondary School Education, has just told us a few days back that Lagos State is spending about 1.5 billion. That's huge money, but Lagos State is rich, so Lagos can avoid that. Even if it's 3 billion, Lagos State can also avoid. But the question I want to ask is that, what is the collaboration about this amount being spent and the results gotten
Exactly.
from this payment? Now they have about 56,134 final years, only final year students. So what happened to basic, the Becker exam, which is the GS3? They also pay. Parents don't pay. Then for Lagos State, like I said, they are rich. Lagos State government is rich, they can avoid. But for once, I would say the Lagos State government are under the party of APC are really spoiling parents in Lagos State. Seriously, they're spoiling parents because let parents pay their child's school fees.
So do you think that the government has actually received a positive return of investment concerning this program?
I think maybe 24 hours after, the commissioner came out again to tell us there was a mass failure, the last 2024 result. So if you are paying as much as 1.5 billion naira on just SSC WAEC, not even NECO, not even GC,
Just
not
WAEC.
even just WAEC,
Yes.
and are you getting the results? As a parent, if I'm paying my child fee and I'm not getting results, I should sit down and think, what should I do? Lagos State government should sit now and look for a way and consider
a measure,
yes,
to make sure that there is a return of investment.
exactly, so that this money will not be a waste. It's huge money. This money can be invested in something else.
All right.
Yeah.
So the second one says mass failure. That was why I said the question leads
yes,
from one to
yes.
the other.
Okay.
So this is talking about Lagos public schools.
Yes.
That 26,592 students that fails the WAEC we're just talking about. And looking at it, despite the significant investment towards the performance of the success of this examination, What factor do you think consider to be mass failure of the students?
You see, paying so much for WAEC, and there is a mass failure. The government, the commissioner, the PS education, the director of education,
What
the
about the
principal
teachers?
needs to sit down. All the teachers need to sit down. Something is wrong. That means they are just pushing them to go and write WAEC. That means there is no preparatory class. If you can spend as much as 1.5 billion naira to sponsor about 56,000, you
56,000.
should be able also make another provision for 1 billion to for them to have a lesson, to have extramural classes. You
But
understand? So
even
if
if extramural classes are
yeah,
being put in place,
yes,
do you think it would help them
sure
or
it will help.
facilitate their
It will surely help.
good and positive
There will be
results?
a measure. The government will make it compulsory. There will be a roster. If you don't attend this lecture 3-4 times in a week, the government will not. Just like they said, if they don't pass maths and English promotion, they will be dropped, and they drop some of them.
But do you know, while I was in secondary school,
Okay.
this preparatory class you're talking about
Yeah.
and the extra lessons
Yes.
was also in place then, and we still have a lot of students that failed. From my school, I went to a public school. We have a lot of students that failed from that set. But those that went out to write the examination, they passed.
You see, the issue of leaving school to another place is another topic entirely that we are going to treat on ATV as soon as.
So
Now,
is it the stigmatization about public school?
the public school have the best teachers than private. Let's be sincere with us. They have best teachers.
The results should prove that they have.
Do you know the problem? The problem is they have over 100, 200 in a single class with a single teacher. That's not the best. They have the best teacher, but go to schools, go to any public schools around. Say you want to see a SS3 student, my dear, flux. So those are the problem. You are investing 1 point something billion on the exam alone, but you are not investing on the preparatory. You are not investing in classrooms. You are not investing in other things. They have best teachers.
So that is to say that for the students to come out in flying colors, it has to be a collaborative effort.
Yes.
From the government,
teachers, parents. And there are things that the government needs to do. Lagos State government needs to also go in depth. Instead of staying in the office, staying at Alausa and be getting data as budget, let them go, invigilators go out and inspect the schools. See the condition of those schools. I'm not saying Lagos has some school, nice buildings, nice environment, but the impact is not showing. If they are investing so much as much as that, and this failure is much. What I have here say 45.7% of the 58,100 students from public school who sat for failed, did not pass. You're talking about 45 points. That's a pass mark.
It's really, really disappointing.
So Lagos government needs to do something about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move to the next one.
Okay.
Oyo State bans mobile phones in schools to boost discipline and academic success. Do you think banning phone in schools will be an effective way to boost the discipline and academic excellence?
Well, everything in this country is, if I not say upside, everything of this country is, we attack what we need to attack. I was in Germany some times ago, and no child will come to the school with phone. And the same thing in the US, the same thing all over European country. So this should not be news. It should be once. If you want to make calls to your parent or the parent want to call, you should call the head teacher. Teachers are there in the school. Any information, or if there's any crisis or anything that you need to get the parent in time, make use of the school phone. Let school have dedicated numbers. 4, 5, 10 numbers in the school
that will be available to the parents.
Because these students are not only studying, they make use of the phone when the class is on.
Honestly, even especially in this dispensation, you see a lot of children, they are so addicted. Aside secondary school students, I mean children.
Even in
primary school. So they are so addicted to the phone.
Android phone, for that matter.
So I think, you said, they should.
It's a good one for your state government and the
but this could have come up before now.
It's not too late.
Okay.
It is better they realize and they make a law on it, or they make a ban on it. It's better to be late than never. I also employ other state government, Commissioner of Education for other state and State House of Assembly, because this one is coming from State House of Assembly to the state government, like a proposal. and they make it a law that this is what they want. It is a good one. Like that, even Lagos State, Kwara State, Ogun State, Osun State, all other 36 states of federation should copy this. A child should not go to school with phone
with
again.
a mobile
With a
phone.
mobile phone again.
Or do you
Call the
think
school.
there could be alternative strategies that
The
could be put
alternative
in
strategy
place
is for school to
aside?
have dedicated lines.
No, I'm not talking about mobile phones now.
Okay.
I'm talking about, could there be other alternative measures that could be put in place
When I was in school,
aside
my dear, there was no
putting
mobile
away their
phone. When I
mobile
went to
phones?
secondary, there was no mobile phone. I will not die.
That's true.
When you die, there is not even mobile phone. Talk less of before you get even the land phone, you have to go to.
That means you have to walk. It has to be a rigorous exercise for you to get information.
Let's have Professor Wole Soyinka here. Ask him in his days, did he have opportunity to make
That's
phone
true.
calls?
You have
He's a
to-
professor of this and a Nobel laureate. So that is a law, and let's stay.
Okay.
It's
Thank
a good
you
one
to
for Oyo State.
Oyo State. The next one says over 41,000 under 16 candidates sit for the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, and the rest is history. What do you think about this? Do you think that JAMB and the other stakeholders can improve their process of verification?
You see, the issue we have in this country again, we keep blaming government. We keep blaming government. There are areas we need to blame parents. We need to blame. When the law came out that if you are not 18 years old, don't sit
Do
for
not even
why,
apply.
don't sit for JAMB. They were all over and everywhere. Hey, we are information. Even the issue is that and so for the American, the European that people are making instances of, they obey this thing now. It's 18 years. You cannot get to the institution before you less than 18. Even they still even compulsory levels. They compulsory colleges, 1 year, 2 years colleges before you can enter university. But in Nigeria, age of 30, 40, they want their child to finish secondary school. Age 40 is undergraduate. At 19 itself. At 19, I've seen 19, other 20 that graduated from the private university. So why are we rushing to? So
and
this one now,
these things they tell on the child.
Sure. Okay, this particular one, you know, JAMB even condition them. JAMB condition them. Okay, if you are less than 16 years and underage, you want to write, go and write. Because JAMB want to make money.
Yes.
JAMB want to make money, go and write. Now, how many thousand? 41,000. 41,000 underage registered. Now, help me calculate 5,500 and so. Those we are not calculating for JAMB. But I'm just saying as a businessman. Now, those who are underage put in for JAMB that they are not qualified for. The condition there is that they must score 80% of 400. That means they must score 320 or 3. So how many of these 41,000 score 320?
But I think
they
as
have
a
made money
parent,
for JAMB.
if me as a parent, I know that my child would not score the specified number, I won't allow my child to go and register.
That happens to me. I told my son, go and prepare for next year. I told him, he's less than 16. Go and prepare for next year exam. I won't give you money. And I told him, don't ever try to give him money. He said, all is made. I said, leave them alone. So when the results comes out,
so can we say that the 41,000 actually wanted to give it a trial?
There is a trial, and JAMB will use that money to plant flowers.
It's good. No problem. It's good and it's not good. But my candid advice is that parents should be patient.
We should be patient as parents.
So the next one we have here says that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved 110 billion for 18 universities to boost medical education. You know, following the recent exodus trending about doctors looking for greener pastures,
nurses,
exactly, they are seeking for better opportunities outside the country. Do you think that this investment, which would actually lead to better health care outcome, and would it actually retain the medical practitioners from not looking for greener pastures from other countries?
Start where you stop. Fine, don't let all the decisions if cannot retain.
Of course.
But the only thing that let's boost the medical education system in Nigeria. It will not retain. That will not retain. Because presently, if I tell you that my son or my daughter or my cousin is a medical doctor, an opportunity to have, after graduating Nigeria, have opportunity to go and study in America, to go and work in America, the first that will come to my head is $1,500 times maybe $10,000 in a week. That's a huge money.
Yes,
do you understand? So if that opportunity comes up, I want the child to go. But the issue is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, kudos to their president. This is a good one. More of this, like we said the other time when we had the NEFOD loan, we said we want more for educational sector. This is a good one. The other time again, some amount was approved for the ASU
the staffs.
yes, ASU staff, ASU members. That's a good one. This 110 billion for 18 universities is not still not enough. We still have other universities that still need some of this money. The only thing that
Yes.
I was interested when I saw the 18 list, not only federal universities, state universities also were
Yes,
included.
yes.
So that means that the president knows what he's doing. Seriously knows what he's doing. What he's doing. It's a good one.
We hope
Mm.
it's better the health.
And in fact, he even said some of the money will be used to, in fact, to improve on hostels,
yes,
hostel accommodation for
other
medical students.
medical equipment.
When we talk about medical students, we're not only
for
talking about
first
doctors
class.
and nurses. We are talking about physiotherapists, anatomy,
Yes, yes.
radiographers, and stuff, medical lines. So it's not only doctors and nurses that are
Okay.
benefiting from it. It's a good one, dear President. I appreciate that. Next one, ma.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
very
that. You really have a lot to say
Yes.
about that. So the next year says that NUC licenses 11 new private universities. My question is, do you think that there will be a positive impact of these new universities,
Yes.
especially on the higher education
Yes.
landscape in Nigeria?
Yes. The issue still remains that the rich who can avoid the private should go there, while they leave space for those who
that
can
are
average. I will not say poor.
no,
Average Nigerian
we
who
don't
can.
have poor
Yes, because
Nigerians.
even apart from that, the federal and the state university is not even free. It's huge
have to
money.
pay, yes.
We know what a state university is charging. If a state university is charging over half a million, 600, 700,000,
That's
it's not
serious.
poor children that goes there. Now, by the way, my issue now is, will NUC continue inspection of these facilities? I was in a school, private university, on Monday for a job. I said, wow, this is a wonderful and beautiful environment. In fact, it looks like more like a public. Yes, with the standard building and everything I saw there, I said, so somebody can invest this.
Yes.
If that is a standard or private university, I'll say, well, this is 11 are good to go. But if they are not. But when you look at even the list of these private universities, 11 universities that just came up now, who are the owners? I don't want to go to that. Yes. Our politicians are the owners. So it's our money that is still a Nigerian money that is still there. So let them do well by making it the standard.
There is a question I would love to ask about this, but let's not go there.
We want to reserve it. Political.
Yes,
no,
yes.
We are not discussing political. We are more of education than political. Yes.
So we move to the very last one.
Okay.
Nigerian graduates sues President Trump for revoking their visa. When I saw this, we've been on this for a while, on this particular news for a while. So the question that comes to my mind is, what would happen? Do you think that this lawsuit would make others, those that would make people to consider studying in the US?
Whether they give us the opportunity or
I mean people from other countries, yes, except not just Nigerians alone.
You see, the Americans, President Trump does not want visitors. Like, since he became president, they saw him, I don't know, President Trump is watching me now, and I will be sincere with, I will tell you the sincere fact. He came in, really, before his inauguration, has been saying a lot, immediately he entered, he was after Africans. He was after Africans. He wants to reduce the number of Africans in the US. All over the world, we have this treaty of interchanging in travel to other countries. So if Africans, Nigerian goes to US to study, there's nothing bad. But the offense of these people, the offense of this particular lady, does not measure with the kind of punishment. I read it earlier. In fact, I think I watched it either saying or somewhere, and when I read the headline, and I said, no, we must bring it to Air TV. Traffic offense is not a criminal offense. All over the world, traffic offense is not a criminal offense. He said this student or this graduate committed a traffic offense.
Sorry to cut you. I was discussing with somebody, and the person said that traffic offense in Nigeria, we have punishment for it. Is either you pay a fine or one fee or the other. That is why we still have people that are engaging into more serious offenses, violating government rules. That if peradventure, if these people had been melted with more severe punishment, probably they would have learned lessons from their very self, just like President Trump revoked the visas of those students.
Do you know why this one is very painful? The lady had 1 month to finish her program.
But it's not just about the lady alone, it's about every other person.
Yes, we're just taking this lady as an example. She had 1 month to complete her program in the US. She has gotten visa, she has paid, she has done everything. She committed traffic offense, and he said the best is to revoke her visa and send her back to where she came from, Nigeria. It's not done that way.
They can always
You can ask her to pay
appeal.
fine. Like I know she's in the court now. There's going to be an
They will
appeal.
appeal,
They
of
will
course.
appeal to her case. But the way President Trump is going about Africans, Nigerians is not the best. He's not telling the whole world that we need ourselves. He's telling us that American is big enough to they have everything. It's not done that way. That's why China is not even in the same parliament with America,
Yes,
because you
of
can't tell
course.
the whole world that you can do it alone. Just like a man in the Australian Israel can do it alone. No, you want
It's
to
not
crumble.
possible.
Sure. So President Trump should just take it easy.
There could be
If
other ways.
Yes, punishment. It's not by sending Nigerians out, sending them. There was a time they were going to houses, they were
That
going
means
to
nobody
mall,
will
they were going to
consider
club.
going there for schooling.
They will still go. The update is, though it will tighten the Nigerians community over there. They will know
Do
how
you
to
know what came
behave.
to my mind? What
Yes.
came to my mind was that, take for example,
Yeah.
the victims of this case,
Yeah.
when they eventually come back to Nigeria,
Yes.
do you know it will shape the way they do things?
It always be shaping. The problem is that we don't like obeying.
They would obey at all costs.
Okay, do you know an experience I had in UK? Do you know what they call this is it antelope cross from a zoo
Okay.
to cross a, do you know all the vehicles cars
They
stopped
stopped.
for antelope animal to pass? But in Nigeria, even one is passing, they are still running. Bah, bah, bah.
Of course.
So that is lesson. Are we supposed to learn such when we travel abroad? When we
Such a
travel. So
very
at
hard
that
thing.
day, if I didn't have camera, I would have snapped it. Oh, see orderliness. So though when they come back, we'll talk to them. You understand? What you're doing there is wrong. But the issue is that first of all, let President Trump forgive Nigerians on this.
Okay.
We know what is there wrong. Let them be pay
What
penalty,
they
pay
have done
fines. You
is
understand?
wrong.
But it's not by
Should
revoking
look
visa
into
and
their
send them
appeal.
home. No.
Please, President Trump, don't send them home. Look into
From
their
ATV.
appeal. Please, we are pleading
President Trump,
on their
please,
behalf.
we are pleading on their behalf. Forgive them. They won't do that again next time.
Thank you very much.
You're
It's
welcome.
been a wonderful time today. Thanks for staying to the end of the Trending Educational Week, week 18 on Here TV Africa. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Then subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you get notified whenever we drop another video. I remain your host, Florence Emmanuel. See you. Bye.